Hello, welcome to the weather update. It is a little after 10 o'clock, and it is November 28th. And we dealt with a lot of clouds today. Some sun, but a lot of clouds. Looking at the satellite, you can see we've had mostly clear skies tonight. You can see we had a lot of those clouds, those just pop-up clouds that developed throughout the day. That's what we were dealing with, but the skies did clear out by the evening, and did take a little walk today in North Wandsworth and North Belmore. This is what the dusk looked like. You can see a few clouds scattered about. There you go. Nice dusk. New Paltz, of course, only the best. We are, after all, in the enclave. But that's, we had that beautiful pink dusk. I kind of wish I was at a lake or something, but didn't really go there until later this evening, and then took some nice long exposure pictures like that. Yeah, that's pretty, right? I always love doing that at the lakes. It's just beautiful doing that, and really is nice. You can see the clouds in the sky. So we still had some passing clouds in the evening, but now it looks like we're mostly clear ever. You can see the cirrus off to the west. So looking at the current conditions out there, temperatures have dropped after being kind of mild today. 43, dew point 32 at Islip. Let's go and look at our temperatures today, and you can see it was pretty warm in the morning. We have 50s throughout. You can see the 50s hung on, and you can see all the clouds being reported. We had broken skies, and in the afternoon maybe we went to partly sunny. But you could see those temperatures staying in the 50s until the sunset. Then it started dropping into the 40s and 43, and you can also see the winds went from, they're mainly from the northwest, but you could see things have dropped. So let's go look at the highs, obviously, for the day. Obviously, it's obvious the highs are going to be in the mid-50s. Not seeing any radiational cooling yet. So let's go to our highs for the day. Those are probably the current temperatures. Upper 50s generally. Mid to upper 50s across the area. It's well above where we're supposed to be for this time of the year, of course. So let's go look at the models, and you'll see here we've got this weak high that is going to be building down. This is the GFS here. You see a little weak high, but it's building down way from the north. We're just on the edge of it, so that's where we're going to have that cirrus roll in tomorrow. There'll still be some sun. It'll still be a dry day, and then, more rain again in the forecast for Wednesday, it looks like. And this is, again, a front that we're going to have to watch. We'll look a little more closely, and then behind that front, here we go, a nice, big, beautiful high-pressure system, and I'll try and bring us some cold air and hopefully better skies for the rest of the week. So let's go to the HRRR run here, 0Z HRRR. Obviously, we're dry through tomorrow, and I don't think this is going to... Will this take us all the way to the front? Oh, it will. Good. So this is what's going to happen Wednesday. You can see the showers breaking out a little later on in the day, and right now it doesn't look like it's going to actually be that big of a deal on the HRRR. It looks like it'll just be a period of showers for a couple of hours in the afternoon, and then it moves on out. So that actually doesn't look too bad, actually. That's better than what we had before. Some of the other models were showing a little more in the way of rainfall. If we look at this, total amount of rainfall would be showing a little drier, a quarter of an inch to a half an inch. So it's definitely showing it a little dry. Of course, we're still kind of, just don't want to have rain. I don't have to go through that rain that we dealt with the other day. Look, I don't like the rain. I don't like going out in it. It's a pain in the neck. And if you don't have a car and you're living in an area that's not that conducive to being out in the rain, it's not a great place. Not a great situation. So I'm fine without a lot of rain here. Not really. You still see that V in the isobars, though. It's a little more of a U than a V. So you see if we draw that over here, we'll just use this color here. You see it's more of a U instead of a V. So that's... maybe probably not severe weather according to the HRRR. That's just one. I told you as we get into the short range, we'll have more information, and we are starting to get into the short range. So as far as our dew points and the wind flows go, you can see the winds turn northerly, keeping the dry air in place. Northerly winds tomorrow to start, then becoming southwest and south in the later part of the day. Though the air still stays dry, but you'll see that moisture surging into the area on Wednesday, right ahead of that front, and brings the front through a little earlier now. It's bringing it through around 6 o'clock or so from Nassau out to Suffolk County. So it's moving a little faster. At least the HRRR seems to want to move it a little faster. You can see again that high dew points ahead of that cold front there. That'll feed the showers and possible thunderstorms that could develop Let's go look at the temperatures tonight. Will we see any radiational cooling? That we still have a breeze out there, so if that breeze dies, we'll see radiational cooling in the Pine Barrens go below freezing. If not, probably mid to upper 30s for lows, or we'll say mid 30s. And if you're not in the Pine Barrens or you don't get radiational cooling, probably mid 30s. I'm thinking mid 30s. I think the winds will stay up tonight, enough to inhibit, but you never know. There could be some pockets of colder temperatures if the winds go calm. Tomorrow will be significantly cooler than today. Highs in the mid to upper 40s, closer to 50 in New Jersey. And then tomorrow night, those clouds come on in, so it's probably going to hold our temperatures up a little bit, probably not much below the mid-30s. And then here comes those warm temperatures for Wednesday, probably up near 60. But then after that, the cold front comes through, and it knocks those temperatures down. And that is something that we want to see because it's been way too warm. Let's go to the FV3 model here. Here's the FV3. So the little FV3 is a little bit wetter here, so you can see some more showers, some scattered showers breaking out earlier in the afternoon, and then another batch of showers, and then a steady period of rain that would go from the afternoon into the evening, and then it still has, this is the, again, the GFS, high-resolution GFS, still has that squall line, and you can see it's got a sharper front with more of a V there. That looks like a nice squall line that would come on through around that same time, though. It's still a little earlier, but that's still a squall line. So we'll have to watch that. And, of course, it looks like being that it's a little wetter, so if we look at the total amount of rainfall, you can see it's just a little bit wetter. A little bit. Not that much wetter than the HRRR, but it just shows, it seems like the coverage of the rain is a little more. But the resolution of this model, I think, isn't as high either as well. But the other thing to be concerned about, of course, is that LLJ ahead of the front. So, again, if we look at the dew points here, you'll see that a strong LLJ. Look at some of these wind speeds ahead of that cold front. So we may need a wind advisory for Wednesday, and then the cold front comes through, and then conditions improve with much drier air behind that cold front. So let's look at the temperatures. Let's see what the HRRR is doing with the FV3 doing with the temperatures. So generally, I think a lot of us will see 60 degrees on Wednesday, and hopefully for the last time. Let's go now to another model. We'll go to the NAM. I don't think the NAM 3 is going to take us far enough out. It will. Okay, good. Let's get the NAM 3. This is the next model we can use to watch this front. So this is the NAM 3. And the NAM 3 is showing, again, more of a soaker type of event here that would occur between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock and then finally wrap up. So this is showing more of a soaker event, more of a widespread shower activity, and that, versus the HRRR, which was very different again. So if we show you this, you can see this is the NAM, and this is the HRRR. You can see there's a big difference here. There's a lot less rain here. HRRR is showing a lot less rain, and I really hope the HRRR is right because I don't want to deal with another rainy afternoon. So we'll have a better idea on the timing on this, but again, just be prepared for the chance of some showers and possible thunderstorms in that time period. We can also use Vent2Sky, which is also the HRRR model, and look at Wednesday as well. As far as the thunderstorm threat goes, we're just looking to see if there's CAPE in the atmosphere. And it's not really showing much CAPE in the atmosphere. Here's 4 and 7 o'clock, which is when that front would be coming through. However, the lifted index doesn't look that impressive either, to be honest with you. It looked more impressive the other day. So the HRRR is being a little less with the lifted index. So we're gonna have to see. How this, because that's how the HRRR seems to be a little, maybe catching on to a trend of calming this down a little bit. I hope. All right. Though a thunderstorm would be kind of cool. But the one thing that we do have to be concerned about are the wind gusts, and this is what we got to worry about here. So this is 4 o'clock, and you can see wind gusts into the 40s, offshore into the 50s. So we're going to have to watch for these very strong winds. Here we go, up to 50, gusting up to 50 miles an hour. And we're going to be dealing with these winds, this LLJ, for a good part of, let's see, it's going to probably last from like noon. Probably going to need this wind advisory from noon. Here's 5 o'clock. And then it starts, the stronger winds shift a little more offshore as we get to 5 or 6 o'clock. But again, with these stronger winds, the potential for some more power outages is likely. We didn't see it too badly with the last event, but we'll have to watch with this one. And again, it's just because we didn't have as many of those thunderstorms develop. Any thunderstorms could bring those winds down to the surface. As you know, if we take a look at the wind area, this doesn't give me the ability to go at a higher Oh, yeah, here we go. If I go to wind speed and I go up a little bit, so if I go up to 850, you'll see what we're dealing with. And this is the kind of wind we're dealing with above our heads at 1,500 meters. So any showers or thunderstorms could help bring those winds down. And this is the kind of thing, the potential of the worst case scenario that you could see an errant 80 mile an hour wind gust out of any severe thunderstorm that could develop. But right now the Cape doesn't look like it's there. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll have more information tomorrow. But definitely Wednesday is going to be stormy. But we're still not sure how rainy it's going to be. But one thing we know is that it's going to be stormy. So let's go now to the skies, and we'll look at the skies for tomorrow. Let's go to the 18th because we don't have enough of that in there. So you see what happens tomorrow. We start off clear in the morning, but then the high clouds kind of start rolling in. And they're not that thick, but there'll definitely be some high clouds rolling in from time to time. And then thicker clouds come in overnight Wednesday toward Wednesday morning, and this is the front for Wednesday here. And then for Thursday, we should have a mostly sunny day and chilly behind that. Thursday will be much, much colder and much better. And if we go look at the GFS here, you'll see the temperatures will be a lot colder. So you'll see temperatures generally in the low 40s, which is a little bit below normal, but from once we'll take it. Because November, actually, this is the first day of December. So first day of December, we'll definitely, more typical December-like temperatures will arrive. So that's going to wrap up this weather update. Have a good night.